Howdy folks, welcome back to Boondockery. Today I'm shooting a video review on a military surplus backpack. And I figured as far as eating today, it would be very appropriate for me to have a military ration. This particular ration is a US MRE. It's menu 17, which is pork sausage patty, maple flavored. This was packaged in its case in 2019. It's been stored in optimum conditions, and I'm really looking forward to it. Why don't you join me? Military rations have really come a long way in a very short period of time. When I first was in the Army, we were issued C-Rations. About my last year in, they had started cycling in the latest, newest, improved, new item for military rations called the MRE. They weren't great, I'll put it like that. I can't possibly could have imagined how far military rations would have come back then. And it's really neat because now it's sort of a thing. Steve 1989 has a very successful YouTube channel, and that's all he does is talk about military rations. He tries military rations. He breaks them down, lays them out, puts them on a tray. And when there's a can involved, he clicks in that P38 can opener. Nice hiss. It's all become part of YouTube lexicon at this point. But today, I'm just going to enjoy an MRE. I'm going to show you what comes in this, break it down, and I'm going to show you how to field strip a MRE. Because when you actually are in the military and you are issued these rations, you're not going to put this in your cargo pocket or put this in your backpack. You're going to open it up and remove everything in it and sort through the things that you're actually going to use and get rid of the things you don't. Let's open her up. One of the first things I've noticed about these newer MREs is the fact that you don't have to cut the packaging open to access the contents. It has a very nice, easy open pull that allows you to remove everything, and you still have this really awesome packaging that you can use for all kinds of other things. This is a very heavy-duty bag. This would be absolutely phenomenal to be able to use to transport water in, do all kinds of things. So in field stripping this is something I would definitely fold up, roll up, tuck away, and use for later. Everything is contained within another plastic bag, and I'm going to go ahead and just tear that open. And remove what's inside. Now, this is a plastic bag for a hot beverage. It has the measurements, everything you need to know to be able to make your hot beverage. This is a water activated heat source to heat your MREs. I'm not going to use this. I haven't had a whole lot of luck with those. I'm going to use my Trangia and boil my MRE today. Looks like we have a beverage base, orange type 3, and table syrup. Ooh, I wonder how long you have to boil tables down before you can make syrup out of them. Been a whole lot easier just to use sugar maple sap, but oh well, nothing's easy for the military. And these spoons, I absolutely love these spoons. They're nice and long, and I usually save these when I get them, and because if you lose this, you're not out much. Oh, we have crackers. I bet you those haven't changed much over the years. Oh, we have some cheese spread. I used to love the cheese spread. Now they have all different kinds. When I was in, they had cheese spread. That was it, cheese spread. Oh, excellent. Nut raisin mix, a little trail mix. Something like this would definitely go in your hip pocket, cargo pocket, something like that. This is food on the move. These are excellent to have. A lot of quick calories and easy to store. And we have, ooh, maple muffin top. Wonder what they did with the rest of the muffin. I see a theme here. We have maple muffin top, and we also have the main entree, which is pork sausage patty, maple flavored. So this will definitely be dessert. And we have the accessory package. Looks like we have a little bit of toilet paper. Back in the day, these would have been either Beachies or Chiclets, little square chewing gum, packet of matches, a moist towelette. Ooh! We used our sleeves. Okay, looks like some Taster's Choice Nescafe. And I'm going to have to go ahead and open this up and see what these other items are. Oh, coffee creamer. We used to use the coffee creamer and the sugar. We'd mix those together and put it in the coffee creamer because it was foiled, mix it all up, and we would put that on a heat source and would melt those together and make little teeny tiny John Wayne cookies. Iodized salt. I cannot for the life of me imagine why you would need salt with these things. From my experience, all of these rations are incredibly salty as it is. And you know, the moist towelette just cracks me up, just absolutely cracks me up. And we have, you know, the TPGP, toilet paper, general purpose, our matches, and Taster's Choice, and the Chiclets. Now, this right here, this actually looks like Don Adams from Get Smart. So they have to have kudos for that. But as far as coffee goes, the instant coffee powder that I had with our C-Rations and then with our MREs was top notch. It was absolutely fantastic coffee. These are okay, but the original ones were definitely much, much better. So there's the contents. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to break these things down for what I call field stripping the MRE, for you to be able to either tuck in your cargo pockets or to be able to put back in your pack to where you're going to use what you're going to use, and we're getting rid of the rest. Okay, on to the field stripping. Now, fortunately, the way things are packaged today as compared to when we first got our first batch of MREs, everything was in a cardboard box. So immediately you strip off the cardboard boxes, you can that stuff, and you see what's in it. It's worth taking. Chiclets, I mean, that you can chew them if you want. That would go bye-bye. The toilet paper, that right there would be retained, more for fire starting than anything else. There's an art to being able to use this to be able to practice field hygiene. I had it down to an absolute science, and I would utilize individual towelettes or individual pieces, and I had it down to where I could make one of these little packages go quite a distance. I think I had it down between 3 and 5 individual squares to be able to take care of business. But something like this, for me, more for wiping your nose, or you know, using as a fire starting materials, that right there would be more appropriate. I always use my wipes, wet wipes, things like that, to take care of field hygiene, and these right here are just pretty inadequate to do that task. Moist towelettes, bye-bye. Sugar, creamer, probably wouldn't use them. Matches, I have other fire sources, so I would not take these along with me. I have much better fire sources than this. Storm matches, things like that, ferro rod, fire starters. This right here is unnecessary. Iodized salt, bye-bye. Now, one thing I have to say, and survival situations, you know, iodized salt is a good thing to have. And salt, especially in a tropical climate, can help you control the amount of perspiration you have. So if you're in a tropical climate, this would be a keeper. We'll go ahead and open up the pork sausage pate, maple flavored. Of course, the cardboard is going to go bye-bye. Coffee, that right there is small enough. I'd probably stick that in my pocket and use that later. You can mix freeze-dried coffee with cold water as well as you can hot water. Much preferable with hot water, but you can get your caffeine fix with cold water if you need to. Spoon, it's right here. Remove the plastic, keep that. Cheese spread, table syrup. Table syrup I probably would stay away from, because if this gets punctured or anything like that, it's going to make a huge mess. And if you're any place to where there's a lot of insects, that's going to draw in the insects like you wouldn't believe. But if you're just sitting down for a meal, absolutely keep it. But we're going to say bye-bye to that. Say bye-bye to the flameless heater, the MRE heater. Bye-bye. Hot beverage. If you are creative, you can come up with a ton of different uses for this. It's practically no weight whatsoever. It is a waterproof container that definitely could be folded up, stuck in your shirt pocket, your hip pocket, what have you, and to be able to utilize in any number of ways. It does appear to have a Ziploc on it, which is very nice, so you could actually use this for water purification, all kinds of other things. So this right here would definitely be something that you want to keep. So as of right now, we have this that would, and I would probably can the crackers, just because. Orange beverage base, that right there, sort of frivolous. I probably would not take time to make this unless I had some, you know, sanitized water, but still had a little bit of the odor to it. Might have had a little bit of a flavor to it, an off flavor. That right there would be good, but you can just suck it up and drink it. So these little items right here, we've narrowed all this down to the muffin top, nut raisin mix, simply because these items right here can be hand-to-mouth food. Food on the move. Same thing with the cheese. I know that you could sit down with crackers, spread this on there, nice little meal, and if that's what you're using it for, fantastic. But as far as military rations, you got to move, things like that. This right here, I would knead this to where it's good and blended, open up a corner, and go ahead and squeeze that out and eat it straight out of the container. And then as I need to, as I use up the cheese that's inside, I would just roll that down and store that to finish up and consume. This right here would definitely be something that you're going to wait until where you are someplace to where you can go ahead and open up and eat it cold. Now, that is how I would field strip this particular MRE. As far as a spoon goes, one spoon will last you forever. If you always have one in your cargo pocket, something like that, you don't need to keep every single spoon. So we've eliminated about half of the bulk of the MRE. Definitely not half of the weight, but definitely half of the bulk. All these things I can put in my pockets, which would make things a whole lot easier. Now I'm going to go ahead and heat up my main entree. And like I said, I don't much care for the water activated MRE heaters. I don't have a great deal of success for them. They're finicky, and it takes too much time. And the nice thing about wild camping, when you're taking MREs out, as opposed to using an MRE or any other type of military ration while you're in the military, is you can have the luxury of other ways to enjoy these really awesome things. Military rations in the military is simply a fueling device for the machine to conduct warfare. when you're wild camping, military rations are just fun. It's interesting to see what they put in these things, especially when you can get rations from other countries. It's absolutely fantastic. I think it's really, really fun. Today, I'm just going to use my Trangia 27 to heat up my main entree. This is a fantastic little cook set, one of my favorites. Super practical, and really this is way too complicated to just boil water. You could use anything to boil water, but I like using it. Again, it's the fun factor of wild camping. Now the main entree is literally, it's about 3 inches by 4 inches in diameter. I'm just going to squish this up just a little bit to where we can get it in the water. And I'm going to rest my lid on it to keep it nice and hot, focus all that energy in on heating this meal. As soon as it's finished, I'll bring it back. Now I've allowed it to come up to boil, and I've let it continue to boil for at least 3 minutes. 3 to 5 minutes, anything should be good and piping hot. I just use my little grabbers right there. Put that right there. And I am going to use the water that's in here to go ahead and make my coffee. Now the sad thing about these little tiny sticks of coffee is the fact that they only really make about half a cup. And since we've had it and it's fun, we're just going to go ahead and use the cream and sugar as well. That's the one thing with the military, if you're in a situation where you can have the whole meal, you want to eat the whole meal, a lot of calories, a lot of energy, and now a lot of people may be thinking, oh gosh, I can't believe you're going to use that water that you boiled that bag. You don't know where that bag's been. The manufacturing of these things are done in a pretty pristine environment, and it is very clean, and I'm not wasting the water. It's a good habit to get into. Stir this up. So now I have a nice hot beverage to enjoy once I finish my meal. I'm going to bring you in closer so you can see everything as I lay it out. Now, as good old Steve 1989 would say, nice, let's get on a tray. This is our main entree, still very, very hot. And we've got our cheese spread, which it's not separated. That's the one thing that's really nice about the cheese spread on these newer ones, is they just don't seem to separate like the old style MRE cheese did. Let's tear off a little corner there so I can put that on my crackers. Put that right there. We got the maple muffin top. Pull that out. Ooh, do not eat. It's a good thing they put that on there, because man, does that look appetizing. And we've got our nut raisin mix. Put that right in there. We have our crackers. Wow. Those are actually even separated. Wow. Don't want to break them now. Look at that. Nice. Wow. Reminds me of Mazza. And of course we have our table syrup, which I'm going to try that on the pork. Just to try it. So now I have, I believe, everything ready to go. Probably going to use a little bit of that syrup on that muffin top as well. Now the nice thing I like about these is that they're designed in a way where, yes, you can tear them right across through like this, or you can go ahead and just open it on the edge like that. So it's easier to get down into. This is not at all appealing. Not at all. Let's just get this out here. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Oh my goodness. That does not look good whatsoever. We got all this nice juicy stuff in here too. I gotta try that. I'm gonna try this juicy stuff. I know I gross a lot of people out when I do this, and I'm not gonna make you watch me do it. Oh, wow. The juicy stuff is pretty good. Now, got this right here, and I'm gonna put some crackers on my tray. I'm gonna get a little cheese on there. It's very, very firm. Let's see if I can spread that out a little bit there. Doesn't spread very easily. We got that. I'm going to put just a little bit of that table syrup on one little corner of my pork. Tear off a small piece of my muffin right there, and I'm going to put a little bit of that syrup on there too. Okay, let's try it. Well, here goes nothing. I'm going to try a piece of the pork sausage patty, maple flavored, without the syrup first. This does not remind me of a sausage patty whatsoever. It reminds me of ham loaf, and it's actually pretty tasty. A little bit of sweetness there, not much. It has to have some filler in it of some type, and I'm not so keen on the little mystery bits of texture there, but the flavor is pretty good. Cleanse the palate with some cheese and crackers. Crackers is excellent. Need a little more of that cheese. Excellent cheese. Okay, palate has been cleansed. Try some with some table syrup. I've never tried table syrup before. Again, I have no idea how many tables you have to boil down to make this syrup, but we'll see how it tastes. I actually think I like it better with the table syrup on it. Okay, try the muffin top without the syrup. Oh, I should cleanse the palate, shouldn't I? palate cleansing complete. Muffin top, no syrup. It is very dry. Flavor's good. Let's try a little bit of that table syrup on there. See how that goes. Again, table syrup, definite improvement over the muffin top. Well, let's try the trail mix. It looks to be, oh wait, I don't know what those are. Spanish peanuts maybe, a couple little bits of walnut, raisins, and a whole lot of peanuts. It's not great. Not great at all. Not a whole lot of salt whatsoever on the peanuts. There's a metallic flavor to the mix. In combat conditions, I definitely eat these. If I knew that these tasted like this, I would not purchase these. They just don't taste that great, but calories are calories, and that's what you need. Well, I'm going to go ahead and finish up my supper, and I'll come back, give you my final thoughts. Well, the first thing that comes to mind as far as thinking about all of this, as far as a military ration goes, I personally feel that this is completely impractical. It's too messy. If you were in an assembly area to where you could sit down with your mess tins, your mess kit, and put all this stuff together, heat it up and things, you might have a somewhat nice meal, or the feel of a nice meal. But as far as a field ration goes, no, it's too messy. I'm sticky all over. My goatee has table syrup in there. It's starting to harden up like a good hardwood table right now. But it got every place. And to have to clean up your dinnerware, you could have had everything in the pouch and inside this, which would have been okay, but it's still, I mean, the syrup was very, very messy. And I'm just using the leftover water I had from boiling the main entree to hopefully clean up my little skillet or my plate for today, and get most of that sticky out of there. And all of my trash is going to fit neatly inside the flameless ration heater that I have, that I never use. And I'll be able to keep the sticky out of the rest of my kit. And as far as the food itself, the favorite food out of this whole meal, as far as I'm concerned, was the cheese and crackers. Even though the cheese had the consistency and texture of Play-Doh, the flavor was still pretty good. The crackers were really good and crisp, and they tasted like good quality crackers. The pork sausage patty, maple flavored, it was a novelty. It was, it would definitely beat, hardtack and jerky. However, I would much rather have had my C-Ration turkey loaf, 1,000 times over than that. It was okay. It was interesting. It was better with the syrup. The muffin top, yeah, didn't do a whole lot for me. It was a little dry. And again, with the table syrup, it tasted pretty good. But nothing that I would actually request in the future if I had other options. I had an absolute ball doing this. This was fun. It was really neat seeing the innovations that have come along, and the MREs, because I know what they looked like and tasted like, and what the whole experience was firsthand from the first batches that came out. And it is an improvement over the dehydrated pork patty. I'll give you that, but not much. Interesting, and I am really looking forward to trying some more of these. If you folks enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed doing it today, definitely, give me a thumbs up, like it. If you have any comments whatsoever about any portion of this video, please put her down below. And if you've had similar experiences with this particular ration, please share your thoughts. Maybe I'm completely off base. Maybe I got a bad batch. Maybe everybody else thinks it's, the bee's knees. It was okay. It was okay. Pleasantly okay. It was fun. It was enjoyably okay. It was the okayest MRE from 2019 I've ever consumed. May have been the only one from 2019 I've ever consumed, but it was definitely the okayest. If by any chance you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Keep in mind that I'm rapidly approaching 500 subscribers, and when I do, there's going to be a very big deal as far as a giveaway, and so definitely be keeping your eyes open for that, and I'll keep you apprised as the time draws near, and hopefully more of you will get to watching my videos and enjoying the videos, contributing to the videos by your comments. The comments have been fantastic. I really enjoyed going through the comments, and I've really learned a lot from quite a few of them. And sometimes one sentence can completely open up an avenue of thought that I had never considered. So please don't hesitate to add comments. I don't mind at all. Say, hey, great video. That's perfectly fine. I love that. I love any type of feedback. But if you have something to contribute, something to add that I may not have considered, that not only helps me, but it helps everyone else that reads those comments. So please keep those comments coming. I will be cleaning this up and putting everything away. And as I do, I just want you to know how much I appreciate your viewing the videos, your subscriptions, your likes, definitely your comments. It means the world to me. And I can't wait to see what the comments are going to be from this one. They should be fun. Folks, thanks again. I'll see you next time.